B2C focus, being a Web3 project. And I mean, we are very happy of this trajectory. I mean, it's really allow us to.
Okay, so that was late. I actually started the live stream late, but again, this is the behind the scenes with the Over Twitter community space, and we have over COO and co-founder Diego Di Tomasso, and he's actually going to be talking about three top things. Over's B2B program with the 3D mapping and the Over Maps minting, in addition to the rewards for the open source maps. And I know it's all like, what are you talking about? But I'm going to like open up the Twitter space or increase the volume so you guys can hear. This is just like a behind the scenes. Nobody's really coming in unless I could invite people to join, but pretty much it's just sitting around, and I will share the screen for what Diego was talking about. And so like, let's go.
Some propositions that are easier for not only for individuals, for the amazing creators that we have in our network, but also for small agencies or even brands that are structured to basically create AR experiences. And so we try to understand what are the main hurdles for them. Why don't we see many big brands using Over, and instead they use 8-wall, especially 8-wall. There is other companies, I would say 8-wall has the most of the market together with Niantic that basically has them. So, and there is three main things that basically we understood was kind of in the way to actually get this adoption. So the first one that actually we addressed it with the Instant app was the obligation to download an app. Of course, if you ask some company, maybe they have also a strong brand to actually use a third-party app that, yes, I mean, is used in AR, but it's not really Snapchat or Facebook or whatever. It's a big lift. So asking to your customers to download a third-party app. So we fixed that with the introduction of QR code activated experiences. And basically that is also the main value proposition of 8-wall. If you think about that, actually Niantic bought 8-wall exactly for this feature. So that is fixed, but that is also not enough because there are other two things that in some way can block brands. So one, the other thing that sometimes blocks brands is the fact that not only they don't want you to download an app, but they also want to have the experience branded. So they want to have only their brand in the experience. So they want a white label product. And we've been asked many times to build a white label product for them. We always say no, because of course we develop our platform. We don't build apps for third parties. So that was another request. And the third one that at the beginning probably we didn't want to understand is the fact that also crypto is a problem for brands in two ways. First of all, of course, not all of the brands have people that understand what is crypto and so on, and sometimes they're even suspicious when you're talking about a crypto project. Yeah, they're scammers, they steal, whatever. We live in our small crypto space bubble, and we know who's good, who's not, but people that is outside this sometimes have a very wrong opinion on that. So that is a first, problem, let's say. But the second problem is that also even if companies, they have somebody inside that understand the difference between different crypto projects and the values of crypto, they still have a problem when they need to account for crypto. Because their finances and everything is in fiat. They don't want to have to deal with crypto for renting lands or for buying lands or for paying for the services and so on. So these are the main problems that we saw when we try to approach brands. And this is probably the problems that even maybe we didn't notice, but many times stopped some businesses to actually be onboarded. So because of that, we've been thinking a lot, how can we fix this? And, it's not an easy thing to do because, of course, we want to maintain our identity. We are a Web3 project and we'll keep being a Web3 project. But at the same time, we wanted to go in that direction to actually expand the usage of the amazing tools that we built. So basically, the idea that came out is actually still have to be crystallized. So I'm happy also to open a discussion on that. I mean, the best idea that came to our mind to actually fix this is to create another layer. Of course, because as you know, the core of Over is the ownership of the land. So who owns the lands actually need to have the full control on what are the experiences that can be published in that location, at least inside of our platform. I mean, if somebody builds another platform for VR, of course, we cannot impose them to build to have this limitation. But inside of our ecosystem, this principle need to stay very strong. The problem with this principle, anyway, is that this entices the fact that basically brands or anybody, agencies that want to work with Over need to actually to deal with the hurdle of actually renting rents and so on. And so we tried to think what was the best way to fix this. And so the best idea that came to our mind up to now is the following. So to create what we call a B2B layer that resembles a little bit what we had also in the white paper that was called the public utility layer. And basically, this layer is it's a layer that is parallel to the actual layer of the B2C, so of the of what you have right now. And basically, on this layer, brands can publish experiences, and the owners of the land will take a fee automatically. But the point is that with this layer, you don't have to go through the renting process. So by default, basically, all of the lands are viable to actually build B2B experiences over there. But the owner of the land, so if, for example, Gucci wants to build an experience in Piazza Duomo and somebody is owner of Piazza Duomo, he will get a fixed rent every month for that location. And that will be included in the white label package for B2B system, for B2B services. And so that's the main idea. But this idea still have a problem because if you think about that, if you are the owner of a land, and if in Over basically our main value proposition is that if you own a land, you can decide what is the content over there. You should be able to actually say no, because of course, if you buy that spatial domain. We started and we still believe in the promise that you have the full control of what is the content over there. If you don't want to for a brand to use it, just for a fixed rent per month, you should be able to say no. And so because of that, basically, we little bit change this idea of the public layer as it follows. So we say this public layer exists, this B2B layer exists. By default, brands can use it to actually publish content, and the owner of the land will get the fee, the renting fee for that location. But if the owner of the land decides that he doesn't want the brand to publish there, he can put a veto on that. So his land will not be usable by the brand. Maybe the owner of the land wants to actually monetize it more, and he thinks that it's not enough. The fee that he could get as rent. I say, okay, I don't want you to publish there. If you want to publish there, you need to come to me and buy it. So we think that this is the best way to actually go in both directions. So in some way, making the whole land system more usable, but on the other side, also protecting the core principle that who owns the land has the right to decide what is done over there. So that is the way that it will work in terms of ownership and control of the land. In terms of like commercial offer, our commercial offer basically for B2B. So this will be like a white label offer. So using the technology of Over without having the logo of Over. So and in that case, of course, there will be a price for that. And the prices model will be totally similar to the one of 8Wall, with the only difference that the cost will be much, much more lower. Right now, they just decrease the price, but right now, if you want to publish an experience in 8Wall for 1 year, a commercial experience, actually will cost around $16,000. Like until 2 weeks ago, it cost $23,000. So we will go out with a much more aggressive proposition. We still have to finish the pricing and so on. But yeah, basically the idea that for the community that is using over and so on, nothing changes. So the B2C side stays like it is. Just we add this layer that enables the B2B use case. And also, I would say, since it enables the B2B use case, our vision is also that we'll bring more opportunities to having revenues from the lands. Because right now, if you own some lands, of course, the probability of having some revenues from there is either you sell it or somebody rents it. So we believe that in this way, adding this B2B layer, so facilitating marketing agencies and brands to use this platform, basically we increase a lot the probability that your land will be used by someone, and you will get some revenue stream from the ownership of that land. So that's the idea of the high level. I hope I conveyed it. It's a little bit intricate, but yes, if you have any question, I'm happy to dig into it.
Okay, first of all, wow, talk about breaking barriers. I know that at startups or companies, it's always good to evolve through community feedback and what you see, what works and what doesn't stick in the market and in the tech scene. But this is like, I know my heart's beating fast, and I'm sure everybody else down there who have stake in Over, not just the purchase or ownership of Overlands, but it in addition to has always been seeing Over as a platform to kind of like, create an entrepreneurship business model for themselves. So let me reiterate what you just said. So much going on. Thank God this is recorded. So basically, this B2B program, which ties in with the 3D mapping. It's similar to the public utility. Actually, it's a parallel layer to the B2C layer that already exists. And you guys have developed that to make it easier for agencies and brands to use over the reality. Another one is that any brand or agency, they can publish AR experiences anywhere in the world on any land. However, the B2B layer is there and exists by default. The owner of the land will receive a rental fee. And here's the thing though, even though you're opening up a layer for businesses and primarily for B2B, you are still giving the community or the landowners true ownership and control. Because if a brand or an agency wants to create an AR experience on, like, let's say my land, or Nike, I always talk about Nike. If Nike wants to use my overlands in Toronto, right? And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't like you guys, Nike. I still have the decision to say no. Hi, Nike. No, thank you. I'd rather not have you use my overlands in Toronto. However, if you really want to use my overlands in Toronto, how about if you buy it?
Exactly. I mean, you really make a very good. You totally understand. Yeah, this is the idea, and this is also. I mean, there can be reasons why. I mean, you don't want somebody to have an experience. Maybe you don't like the brand. That is a use case. But another case is that maybe you think that.
Okay, he just entered a pocket of something. Okay, Diego, you kind of like cut out, and we'll wait until you come back. Not sure if you're driving or.
No. Can you hear me?
Oh yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah,
we can hear you now.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, no. So basically, you totally get it, and just I wanted to make a point that why we think it's very important, this opt-out opportunity from this layer, is because of course we can think about two instances when you don't want somebody built over there. One, maybe you don't like the company or the brand that wants to build there, but the other way, other opportunities that, for example, you might think that the rental fee, the fixed rental fee that we asked for it, and we didn't fix it yet actually, but this rental fee is too low. Basically, this really is too low, and basically it impacts negatively the value of your land. And so you say, look, I don't agree with that. I say no. So if somebody wants to publish there, you need to buy from me. And because, if you think about the value of objects and things, I mean, you can also kind of run a discounted cash flow, like say, okay, what is the rental for this place for the next, 12 months? I make a discounted cash flow, and then I say, okay, what is the actual value of this thing based on how much money it can generate? So, I mean, there are many, many different reasons why somebody can say no. And so I think it's important to allow to people that bought this lands to keep this this capability of saying no if they doesn't want to stuff to be published there. Anyway, what we hope is that most of the people that own the lands, and what we expect actually will actually agree with it and just let it go, because this brings value to the platform. And it might happen that we have some lands that are not viable, but then also we'll think on the probability that the brand really will want that specific land. Okay, maybe we lost that brand, but the world is big, and so we really think that this will work out. But yeah, that's the idea.
Okay, thanks for. Okay, so here's another thing I love about Over the Reality and what this particular topic you're talking about is what I love about it, and everybody else too. Not only are you you're still maintaining ownership and control to the landowners and the investors, stakeholders of Over the Reality. However, in addition to that, and parallel to that, you're not closing off the business side of it. So this commercial offer, there's a whole other part of this. So this commercial offer, this whole white labeling, that you guys have always talked about that, but now we're seeing it really come to fruition. And I know there's still a lot of maybe a few details to iron out, but the fact that Over now can actually be seen as a viable commercial digital canvas for augmented reality experience. I think I really love that. But what I really love is now it's almost like you always say this, Diego, it's never about competition in Web3. It's always about collaboration and learning from each other. So what I want to say is, I think it's wonderful, this whole white label commercial offer, because now we're kind of like, Eighth Wall has always been like one of the biggest players, if not the biggest players in the AR space. And we've seen it, the community's seen it. We've seen news and articles pushing Eighth Wall, and everybody's talking about Eighth Wall. And I know you guys are like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? And I love that the pivot, the change that you guys have said, you know what, this is why we have to make our platform, and we have to onboard not just users, but brands and other people, make it easier. But the thing is, now you're offering Over is a true player in the ecosystem of not only Web3, but on the leveling platform of Eighth Wall, by offering this yearly commercial white label offer. That, to me, that's really exciting, because it means, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely, it is, and and that's really makes the game much more tougher because I don't want to say that we are the strongest, but right now we don't have such a strong competition in Web3, I would say. But if we go to Web2 and we start competing with Niantic, there's a lot of much more pressure also, on delivering high quality, even higher quality than what we're doing right now. So I see this as making the game tougher in some way, but I also believe that this will benefit all of us, both the platform, but also the user, because of course, the truth is that there is no distinction between the tools that we have for B2C, so for the actual users, and for B2B. Is actually the same tools that are repurposed and just just the presentation is different. But the tooling and the capabilities are exactly the same. So if we entering in the Web2 arena in some way have put us in front of more competition, in some way also will push us to do more and better, both for the B2C and the B2B side. And so, yes, I mean, I also with the team been talking a lot about that. I mean, it's like starting over again in some way, because yes, the game is going to become harder. And yeah, I mean, if we look really where too, we had a lot of competition, like for example, also on the mapping side. Maybe many of you will know Scaniverse, that is a company that has been bought always from Niantic, that is doing maps. And I mean, their user interface is amazing, and they do the computation on the device, so that is also amazing. I mean, they are still, I mean, stronger on the objects than on the big areas. But again, we have somebody now to look at that is really strong and is doing that. So I mean, it's really a big push for us. And so I mean, I'm kind of both scared in some way because that is hard, but at the same time very happy because we have a new push from the market to do even better.
You know what? Thanks for sharing that. I love the transparency. Like you guys are the co-founders, and I know, of course, of course, there's like a huge developer team and the marketing behind it. But the fact this is scary. I mean, not in a bad way, but it's that anxiety, that adrenaline, where I think you feel this is the right thing to do, but then the human part is like, well, I don't know. But the fact that you guys have, I'd kind of call it a semi-pivot. If you think about it, you're kind of like pivoting in another layer, because the one thing I know is when companies and brands fail is when they're hard-headed and stubborn, and they stick to their no, this is what we're going to do, and they're 10 toes down, and everybody's like, meanwhile the world's changing, there's new tools, there's new innovations and new concepts, and they're like, no. That happened to RIM with their BlackBerry, that happened to Nokia with their I don't know, I forgot the software thing. You've seen that happen, and that's why these big brands no longer exist. But I love that over the reality, even though you've had this, the good thing about Over is you guys knew from the very beginning for your mission to augment the world in 3D with 3D assets. That's perfect. So that's the main thing. But then on top of that, now you're thinking, okay, how and what and in what capacity, with what technologies and in what like marketing demographic and stuff like that. But the fact that you guys saw, okay, you took a step back or 3 steps back, you went back to the drawing board. I'm pretty sure you had so much discussion late at night in the HQ office in Udine, and you guys are thinking like, you know what, let's do this. This makes sense. And I love that change. I love that resiliency. I love the resiliency that the Udine team has by saying, this is what we have. Why isn't it working? Like, we want it to work. This is why. Let's pivot. I love that, Diego. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. You guys, I know this is like, we're 32 minutes into the hour. This B2B program is a really huge topic. I know we still have to talk about the OVR minting, the Overmaps minting, and the open source maps rewards. That's another exciting thing. Now, I want to know, we could ask Diego questions right now, but I'm thinking if you have questions about the B2B program, kind of like keep it in your head, write it down. So let's roll along, because I do want to cover the Overmaps minting and then the new announcement that just got released today. So Diego, we all know that the goal for 3D mapping the world is to literally turn them into NFTs. And I know you guys have been saying that since, like, alluded to that 18 months ago, and then we launched the Map the World in 3D campaign December 2023. Can you please talk more about the Overmaps minting now?
No, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we are finally out. We had some delay again. It was really because we didn't want to publish really in the summer, because I mean there's quite a few stuff going on there when you mint the map. So basically, this was the idea from the beginning. So the fact that basically these maps need to become NFTs. And I know that NFTs are not so cool anymore right now, but that's not the point. I mean, to us, we really believe that technology, the NFT technology, the NFT paradigm, I would say, is perfect to represent these assets, because these assets are really information. It's just pure information about the space. And NFTs There are people that have been trying a lot to connect NFTs with physical things. It never really worked. The only really NFTs that have been working out there are the ones that represent digital assets. And I mean, these 3D maps are really information, is 3D information about the world. And the fact that we can mint it as NFTs, of course, to us is very important because first of all, it gives us a way to represent them and to move them around. So like, for example, I have few people that ask me, yes, I have my friend that made a map in my location. I want to use it. I don't know how to do that because the map is his, so I cannot use his map. Now this map can be represented in NFT, and the NFT can be transferred between users. So this is, first of all, very useful because we have a way to actually represent this asset and move it around. So this is the first usefulness of it. And then there is another important thing that's what made the process a little bit longer, is the fact that the ownership aspect of this NFT. So what do you own when you own these NFTs? So when you own one of these NFTs, actually you really own the raw data that is behind it. And so the problem with this raw data is that it's big. So, depends on the mapping, but, it goes from minimum 300 to 1,000 pictures and depends on the device, can go between half a gigabyte to even 2 gigabytes of data. So it's a lot of data to represent in the blockchain. So the only way to do that, to represent it, is basically putting it on IPFS. The problem with IPFS is that IPFS is public. So if we put all of this data in public, then it's not really owned anymore by anybody because everybody has it. So we need to find the right way to actually protect the ownership. And so the way we do it is that basically once the picture is taken and once we did the elaboration for the 3D map, we actually anonymize the picture. So we take away all of the things that you cannot really put around, so faces and place of cards. And basically we encrypt all of this data with a private key that can be actually unlocked only by the owner of the NFT. So if you own an NFT, you actually can decode this data. If you cannot own this NFT, if you don't own this NFT, you can still find the data encrypted in IPFS, but you cannot use it. You cannot really download the database. So that's all to say that really, when we say that you own a 3D map, we really mean it because you don't only own NFTs in a way, but you own the data. So you only have the access to the raw data that was generated and can be used again to regenerate a 3D map. So that's the whole idea around this NFT minting.
Wow. Okay, that explains a real high level, and I'm getting my hand around it, and I'm pretty sure everybody else here too. Swavery, I see you. I'm going to bring you up as a speaker. I do want to shout out to Diego. There are some new AR creators that have been in the space for a while that have started to understand and know about over the reality. So I'm going to do a shout out to Lex Tech Mental. He's there with the, I guess, turquoise background avatar looking up. There is also Rex Gatling. He has been in the app space for over a decade. He started with mobile apps, iOS and Android, and like you and Davide, he knew that the future was going to be in AR, VR. So then he ended up developing apps for like VR platforms. Also like MetaQuest, and then now he's also affiliated with Xreal, and so he's been developing apps for that. So I really want to like introduce you guys to them. You, Diego. Just so to be aware, because they're definitely going to be. Oh, and Tech Mental is out in Miami. So I know that you and Davide often go to Miami for like Art Basel or Decentral Miami, and Rex Gatling is in NYC, legit in Manhattan. So anytime you guys go there, there's definitely content creators that will really use and can use and know how to use Over's platform. There's also MetaMike. He's from Spatial, and he does really great things with AI assistants. And I know Over has rolled out the AI assistant, and there's other things going on there. But I just want to do a shout out to a few people. Of course, there's K-Bot there. He's really great with the marketing part in the Web3. Alex, we have our head of community management, Alex. I'm going to do a shout out, Diego. So we have Elias, and you know Elias. We have Conrad. We have a few people from the Xenu mainnets community, which I really appreciate. Diego, I don't know if you know, but the Xenu Zombie Mob Secret Society NFT collection, 10,000. Diego, this collection is made in Unreal Engine 5. I don't know any other NFT that's made in Unreal Engine 5, Diego. And the fact is that not only is it an Unreal Engine 5, of course, it comes with different animations and traits. And I know that a few of us from Over the Reality own some of the NFTs, and we've been saying, hey, bring these animated bring these animated NFTs onto Over the Reality. But it ain't gonna happen because of the propriety that, like anything. I'm just gonna say that. And if you've ever seen Over the Reality posts tied in with Xenu and mainnets, that is why. Is because I think the Over the Reality and mainnets Xenu community are really strong together in community wise. So I just wanted to bring that out. Of course, shout out to Honeycomb and Hexadize. We all know Hexadize. Joe Soyo. You know that Joe's been creating a lot of stuff, and he's going to be, I think there's like for October Halloween, there's 13 hexes, like 13 haunted hexes. So we're looking out for that. You know, our hexa's in London, and he's also a mapper. And there's also Strawberry and Brover, one of the power mappers. And they're a couple. If you don't know, Diego, I'm pretty sure you do. But Brover and Strawberry, I think they are fighting out trying to avoid the fires in Lisbon. So they're like continuing on their travels to Europe mapping, which is crazy. Okay, I know, too much shout out. But before we do that, this is crazy. So that's the overmaps minting.
Sorry, because maybe people have questions, but just to go through a little bit of the list, because there are quite a few things that are coming out, and just to poke a little bit, just to anticipate a little bit. There is another, because I'm happy you talked about the creators, because the people at Disney community probably know lately we had a very, very strong focus on the mapping. And so for sure, we actually take a little bit down the attention on the creator side. And this is going to end. So we're going to really come back also with a big attention to the creators. And this actually will happen in 10 days because we are going to release the new visual editor that we've been working on that on the last month. So we rebuilt from the ground up the visual editor, so the tool that is easier to use to actually publish on Over. And together with this publishing, we will start again with AR words. Actually, with a different way to do that, lighter, faster. We really didn't forget about the creators, and that is a very, very important part of our community and of our platform. And so we will come back and it's very soon. We're just waiting because we wanted to do this together with the release of the new visual editor. But it's ready, so I'm really looking forward to put it out.
No, thanks for sharing that. Like, my mind's blown. The fact, I don't think Over the Reality has ever forgotten about the creators. As a matter of fact, it's perfect because that we had you know that people had created content in the beginning, created content, but then what? Like, who's going to see their content? Like, who? They can create content for brands and stuff like that, but there was still that adoption, that obstacle for brands and creators. But the fact that you have opened this B2B extra layer, the fact that you guys are still using people who own Overland, they're still maintaining control and ownership of it. The fact that you're rolling out this commercial aspect, it's perfect because it's like it's a perfect synergy. The over the reality has to become a platform that's easier for brands and companies to use so that creators can use it. I think this is perfect the way you guys roll it out. And now just what you're saying, I'm understanding more. It's a perfect rollout. Thank you so much, Swavy, for waiting. Please, what would you love to add or say?
Hi, Carmen. Hi, Diego. Thanks for hosting this space. So I have a question in respect to the entrepreneurial side of things. There are many of us here in the space right now that are entrepreneurs. So, I'm just curious, will there be a white paper? I have a few questions, so I'm going to try to present them in an orderly fashion. But for those people listening now and for the community itself, will there be an addition to the white paper for this B2B layer? Second
Yes.
to that. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, please go, and then I try to answer to all of them. Yeah, please.
Sure. Second to that, from an operational standpoint, I'm still trying to figure out how the B2B layer works. Would that be geolocalized or would that be an AR layer? And just as an illustrative point, if I have, let's say, a hex over a small business, and the owner of that business is, doing whatever kind of business, let's say it's a restaurant, and over approaches me to say, hey, I'd like to put something else on this space. How is that presented? That's my second question. And my third question is, because of the fact that I may have cut out there, I had another call coming in. My third question is basically, Over is definitely going very high with this. They're going as far as they could. My concern is Over is geographically in another part of the world, and the world is a big place. So if I have, let's say, my own entrepreneurial ambitions to operate within a certain niche market, how would you translate, I guess, your B2B layer to not be in competition with the initiatives of let's say, the entrepreneurs in the room?
So thanks for the questions. So first of all, now I'm a little bit anticipating what is going to come out. So of course they're going to come out with a document very detailed about really how this is structured. So this is maybe a little bit more a brainstorming than actually really telling you finally how all the details will be. But yes, there will definitely be an addition to the white paper for this, because it's a big thing. So it's important that actually it's really explained in all the details. Regarding this aspect that you was mentioning about competition, actually, so to us, it's really two different layers. So the B2C layer will not be impacted. So again, if you have your experience in a specific location on our B2C side, like it is right now, that will be totally untouched by the B2B offer. So even if somebody wants to publish something over there, so the B2B layer by default will not be visible on the B2C side. And so only, also this we need to actually clarify a little bit, but the idea is that only if the owner of the land really wants that experience that has been built on the B2B layer to be also on the B2C side, so on the over branded part of the platform, it will be there. But by default, we believe should not be there, because again, that could be kind of conflicting with what is already there. So for example, you have an experience on the over platform, but still you want some B2B to use it. You cannot have two experiences. And so of course, if you access through over, you will see the over experience. If the brand will go to his clients and put some QR codes, basically it will not access to the over layer, but to the B2B layer, there will be something different. But this is still some kind of details that we need to fix. Regarding the competition, I don't really see, but maybe I'm wrong, and I'm happy to understand where there could be some friction. I don't really see any kind of competition. I see more like a new enabler for any small entrepreneur that they want to build on over, because right now, any small entrepreneur or big entrepreneur, whatever, I want to build on over, can already build on over for a brand or for a client. The thing that this B2B layer is giving is basically giving a new tool for the entrepreneur to actually publish on over, because maybe it was not able to close the deal because for the way the platform is built right now, you have to publish with the over logo, you have to pass through crypto and so on. And now, with this new value proposition, it can abstract that. So it can go to the brand and say, look, I can give an experience with totally white label with your logo.
Oh, I think
you don't worry.
Okay, you kind of cut out for a bit, Diego.
You still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was just a call incoming. So, yes, if you, I see it as another tool for entrepreneurs to actually publish on, because it's just another opportunity to say, look, you want to be published on the over layer with the over logo, or you want to be published with a white label experience. So it's just one more tool for you to actually publish content. As before, our goal is not to be us, to actually go and build the content. So again, it's as I would call it, it is a software as a service. So it's not us that go to brands and try to build, being competitive with you that are a creator or entrepreneur that want to build experience for some brands. It's just giving another tool to do that. Of course, we did and we will continue to do some like custom-made activations for brands and for companies, but we just do that for marketing reasons. So we try to work with the biggest brands in the world just to have recognition at the end of the day. But this is really not our business. So our business is not to be us, to be ourselves, the agency or the people that actually produce the content and go to the brand and say, look, build, I will build for you the experience. We are just, the platform to say, look, this is the instruments. If you want, you can use it. And in fact, actually, we don't really see brands themselves as the first users of the platforms. We really believe that are more the creators and the agencies that will actually go to the brands to purpose this. Because also this is what is happening, for example, with Niantic and so on. It happens that maybe some huge brand have a division that is doing AR, 3D and stuff like this. But usually, mostly what happens is that is the companies, the marketing agencies and so on that take the tool and go to the brand and propose them to actually have the experience. So in this case, I don't see really competition. So it's not really our goal to compete with the creators or the entrepreneurs here. It's really the idea is to give one more tool. So using still our technology that we've been built so far, but actually making more sellable to businesses. So that's the idea. I hope I answer you. If I miss some point, please let me know.
Yeah, I think I got an idea of what you're referring to as far as not being in competition. I think I'm a very visual person, so seeing it in the white paper would be advantageous as well. I think another part of it, my question was also the fact is that because you are on another part of the world, I guess, would you have an idea of how you would go about approaching local markets with this new B2B layer? Or like you said before, you said you'd be targeting a lot of the bigger players, which is understandable. It makes a lot of business sense. I'm just wondering if you've planned for markets outside of Europe.
Oh yes, of course. Like with Dover, we never really. I know that we're physically in Italy, but we never target Italy. Actually, for example, Italy is I don't know, like 3% of our owners are from Italy. At the end of the day, and of our community. It's really small. Italy is a kind of hard market for technology, actually. So yeah, our target is well, and of course, again, this like Cover at the end of the day is a software platform. So this allow us to go around and sell it all around the world. Of course, we cannot go physically, and we don't want to go physically, not even in Europe. A B2B sales business will be a little bit different. We will have some effort to actually connect with all of the agencies around the world and let them know that there is an alternative to Niantic that is much more cheaper in terms of pricing, and basically has a value proposition that is very, very, I would say, comparable. Like for example, if I think about the value proposition of Niantic, but also of others smaller that do this kind of enable AR experiences, basically we cover all of that. Also with our visual positioning system, with the mapping system, with the digital twin system. And the only thing that we don't cover is like face filters and so on, that, for example, also 8-wall covers. But we don't really believe that is really an area where we should compete, because if you want to make...
Oh, he got a call again. You cut out just for a bit, Diego. Da, 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 da. Let's wait for him to come back.
Let me see what happens.
We're here. I can hear you. We can hear you.
Hear me now?
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
I don't know what happens. Sorry about that, really. No, I don't know where I cut off, but basically what we want to say that our value proposition is totally comparable to the one of 8-wall right now. The only thing that we don't have that they have is the face tracking, so for the filters. But we think that value proposition is really is not our thing. Sorry for the bells, but I'm nearby a church.
No worries at all. Thank you for answering those questions. And I have one last question. Is the DAO still going to be launched either this year or in the near future?
What? Sorry. Can you repeat? What is going to be launched?
The DAO.
Oh yes, of course. The DAO, we are working on that. So again, probably we was thinking, also, this thing about the public layer will be good, also being decided through the DAO, but we want to move very fast. So we want to come out with this one first. But yes, the DAO is always there. So we definitely want to launch it by the end of the year as was planned. So yeah, I would definitely say that it will be there, and it will be good. Like for example, I think that it will be very difficult to design the whole architecture of the idea of building this layer. Really the whole project from a DAO. But like for example, the important details, like the ones that really impact the community of owners and so on, I think that it's very important to have decisions there. So the DAO would be very useful also to actually fine-tune the idea that we are laying out right now. And also so it's important that basically, as you mentioned, we put it down in a white paper so we really know about what we discuss about.
All right, great. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Wavery. I know we have like just minutes to the hour on that. There's a lot of people with questions. Can you just quickly go over the open source mapping rewards?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah. This is actually, this was just announced a few minutes ago, I guess, a few hours ago. Yeah. So basically, we're always striving to actually maximize and optimize the way we reward people for actually the mapping. And we actually, during time, we also listened to many feedbacks from the community and so on. And so we decided to basically change the way it worked for those that are not the boat land but the open street map. And so these additional locations that we put there to map. And basically, as you know, until now, you was not sure you're gonna get something if you map those locations because was only a treasure and like hidden prizes over there. And so we decided that instead of doing that, we actually guarantee a fixed reward for that location of $0.9 per location, and while the higher rewards stays for the lands that are bought, and also the random extraction. So this kind of treasure hunt stays for the lands that have been bought. So, but at least if people maps locations that basically are open street map that are more diffused, because of course there are more of those, still they are sure they're gonna get something. You know, at the beginning we thought that the actually hidden prize and so on was so exciting. You know, when we was sitting in our office and try to strategize how to do that, we thought that was a good idea, but we saw that basically probably was not, because I mean the people we spoke with, the community and so on, look like they didn't really appreciate that. So we're now changing to this. We hope it works, and we believe it will work, at least from the feedbacks that we had until now. And actually, there is one more thing that we're doing. Actually, it's already live, but we're going to be announcing it tomorrow, just to not overwhelm with the communication, is that basically we will end the closed program. So now everybody will be able to participate. It will not be needed to be invited to be able to participate. The invite codes will remain to have actually the boost and the rewards, but I mean, everybody will be able to get in anyway without having the hurdle of actually getting an invitation code. And also we think that this will expand even more the amount of maps that will be generated. By the way, as you probably know, I mean, lately we've been doing fantastic. We were growing every month in terms of maps. I mean, more than our expectation, actually. I remember that back in the day, in December, I was in Miami, and I remember when we launched the Map the World program. Back then, we was doing around 700 maps per month. And I remember that many people call us crazy when we said that we want to map the most important locations of the world, because the numbers were very small back then. And now we are more around 7,000 maps per month. And so it's a really great number, but we want to go even faster. And so really the goal is to go beyond the 100,000 maps by the end of the year, and probably the next year to be around 200,000, 250,000 maps. That would be great, because really we believe that once we reach the number of 200,000, 250,000 with this kind of incentivization that we have, we'll probably there will probably be a very high probability that important locations are met. And this is incredibly valuable for the platform, for the usability of the platform, for what can be done with the platform. So we're really looking forward to get to that goal. And these steps that we're taking is to accelerate in that direction. And not only that, actually, I would like to add that we did an announcement, I think 3 weeks ago, that we closed this partnership with Bitrefill. And actually, this will also be implemented in the next weeks. And this is also very powerful because, again, this will allow us to onboard also non-crypto people, because I'm really, I guess that they're really in the crypto rabbit hole or echo chamber, or call it whatever. But we need to remember that, you know, there is a huge world out there that really don't feel the value in crypto and tokens. And so being able to actually giving rewards also to them through more traditional aims, and so using like gift cards from Bitrefill and so on, will be also very powerful. So we are very, very confident that we will keep growing the number of maps we generate per month, as we've been doing in the last month.
Wow, thank you so much for that. My goodness. So Diego, it's 3 minutes past the hour. Are you still good with time?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay, Swaver, I see your hand up. It needs to be quick because Open Metaverse is going to speak, and then Brover. Is it going to be a quick question? I kind of want to do the roundabout. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, one quick question for Diego. Is the B2B layer accessible to the community or just to Over?
Yes, so the B2B layer basically, since it's white label, I mean, the main idea is that these experiences are built for the specific business that want to have it. Yet, having said that, if the business wants it, we can definitely have the experience that has been published for the brand also being on over. That is a point that we really need to find out. So because there are many different scenarios. So let's say that there is a land that has not been published and there is a B2B that is publishing something. I would say in that case, why not having that experience accessible to the over community? So being part of the main B2C layer. But what if that location is already published? So there is already something on the over layer. And the B2B wants to publish there, and the owner of the land has no problem with that. Of course, we cannot have...
Oh, you cut out. You cut out, Diego.
I called about that. Yeah, okay. In that case, we should choose. But so in general, the idea is that yes, I mean, if the land is not published and the B2B publish something, why not making it accessible to the whole over community? But if the land is already published, I would say that probably not. But yeah, that is still another detail that should be fixed. But yeah, I mean, but the idea, at the end of the day, is that the world is huge, and the more people we have that collaborate on publishing it, the better it is. So really, I think that the idea is that if a B2B publish something on an unpublished land, why not making it available to the community?
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks, Faber, and it's so good to hear from you. How's everything in Toronto? Good?
Yeah, for the most part, just running around as always.
I know. All right. Hey, Open Metaverse. It's good to see you. You have the mic. Oh. I know. I wonder if Twitter is acting up. Open Metaverse, are you there? You could have stepped away from your phone, so I'm going to move over to Brover. Brover, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me well?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you for giving me the mic. First of all, I would like to thank you for this opportunity. We have, my girlfriend and I, we have this dream job of being able to travel and being paid for it. We did around, since the beginning, around 5,000 maps, and yeah, many more to come. I wanted to ask, I saw in the roadmap, there was something about bounties, like incentivizing people to map a specific spot. Is that close? Is that in your priorities, or is it far away?
Well, I mean, it's in some way, as you know, yes. I mean, the bounties are already there in terms of the ones that are already programmed to be there. But yeah, I think that you refer to the fact that somebody can actually put, I mean, like a user can put a bounty to map a location. Is that what you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. That is also something that is under development. Actually, it is kind of a priority because it was due like 1 month ago. But yeah, I mean, I believe that this will be live in 1 month. It's not I mean, technically, I mean, in terms of the technical side is already ready. We just need to fix the interface for that. But yes, that will definitely be there. So yes, we will allow to actually normal users to actually put a bounty in a location. If you want the location to be mapped, it will put his own bounty, and the map, he will be able basically automatically to buy it by giving away giving the bounty to the mapper. And also we will be kind of intermediators in that case, in the sense that we will actually let the transaction go only once the map is approved, like with our normal approval process. And yes, so yes, it's gonna happen. So yeah.
This is great. This is great. Thank you very much. Just so you know, another capital city. We did Paris last time. We did Paris. Sorry for my mic. My Paris was mapped a lot. Another capital city is going to be done next month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sorry, I missed you for a moment. But
yes, I just wanted to tell another capital city is going to be. I don't want to tell which capital city is going to be in Europe, but I think another 2,500 maps are going to be done in another capital city.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for letting me know.
That's amazing. I want to guess, but I don't want to guess. That's insane, Brover and Strawberry. This is like crazy. If you have any more questions, come on up. I don't know if the usual suspects aren't asking questions, so I'm kind of wondering. I guess Diego answered them all. Are you still processing what's going on? But I'm surprised some of you guys are quiet. What's going on with you? Open Metaverse, are you still there? Sometimes people butt dial. Like sometimes people accidentally hit the speaker and they don't even know that they're asking it. And sometimes you ask and you don't know. So I don't know what's going on. Okay, I know Hex. Like nobody. What's going on? They're usually Altered Alley, Elias, Hex. There's Hex.
Maybe I can just say another thing that I think is kind of interesting, but I anticipated. We, this has been known internally. We didn't tell it publicly yet, but we will have a communication specific for this. Basically, we have this project internally that is called Project Trinity, and it's like this has been building for like 1.5 years, and it's kind of fun inside the company because we always said that we was like 1 month away from doing it, and then. Finally, we finalized it 1 week ago, and basically say, "Oh wow, finally!" We didn't really expect to ever finish it, but yeah. So the idea is that, as you know, we have these digital twins of the physical world that you can visit, but. Basically, this project that we built is about telepresence. So the interesting thing, but we will showcase this, and maybe we will do some event to showcase this, is that if you have a location that is mapped, and basically you are physically there in that location, I can access that location remotely, and I will see your avatar over there, and you will see my avatar projecting in AR over there. So basically, we will blur the two worlds. So I don't know if I was able to convey the way it works because it's a little bit complicated. But yeah, at the end of the day, basically we really mix the two realities. So both in the digital twin, I will see that the people that is physically in the space with their avatar, and the opposite. So people that is in the physical space will see my avatar if I explore the digital twin. So really we create a full bridge between the physical and the virtual world. So probably we'll make an event in our office. We will map it, and we will enter in it and show ourselves with our avatars and let other people to get in. So to really showcase how this works. And I'm very, very excited about that. A little bit nerdy stuff, but I think it's super cool.
Diego, oh my God, you give me a heart attack. First of all, you're dropping so much alpha. You guys, I'm so glad Diego is a co-founder and the CEO, COO. But because, you know that some companies are not allowed to say stuff. Even though the co-founders are excited about the projects that are coming up, PR will always have a reign. But we're so lucky that Diego's just sharing all this alpha. It's insane. Diego, are you kidding me? This whole telepresence in AR, it's almost like it's not quite holographic, but the ability to meet someone and to meet with them in a geolocation, and you see them in that geolocation. Like, I'm not just going to be, if I wanted to meet you and Davide in a meeting, I could be in Udine, and I'm literally, my avatar's in Udine. I'm not here in my little studio with my plants. That's insane. That's like the future, guys. That's crazy. Diego, That's crazy.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
been hiding out on us.
No, but it's funny because we've been building this for so long that when the developers basically say, "Okay, we did it," they were not even enthusiastic. They say, "Come on, guys, we've been building this for 1 hour." I said, "Yeah, I did it." No, I mean, I think this is great. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, we need, of course, to communicate it properly and so on. But I mean, I just wanted to anticipate that this is gonna come also. So yeah, we're super pumped.
Oh my
about
God.
that,
Stop,
so, yeah,
stop.
That's what I meant with when I said that we really built a lot during the summer and so on. So we have a lot of stuff coming, and so really
Okay, stop already.
forward to release it.
Diego, that's insane. Now we community. Now do you understand why when you're saying, well, where are they? What's going on? They're building in the backseat and they're always surprising us. Are you kidding me? You have it here. The fact that there are so many things going on that they're building behind the scenes. And this isn't just like rolling out something super easy. This is like innovative tech, guys. So please just oh my God, Diego. Okay, I'm going to just calm down. Hold on. Hex. Hey, Hex, you've got a new PFP. You're all golden. What's going on? Hexadize, come on with you got the mic. This is crazy.
All right, so first off, really cool. Nice to hear that. I like the new builder thing. Like I'm I think a lot of people have been anticipating the new builder, right? And that's so. And I know, and I laughed when you said the whole like telepresence thing. You're like, yeah, when they did it, they were like blah blah blah, And I can see the devs in the back like, yeah, we did that thing that we were wanting to do forever. But check and like. You just glance over the new developer, new publisher, which is kind of like that for me. I think that's where a lot of, in my opinion, a good amount of time could go, right? And I get it, the NFT thing, there's a lot of data in there, but a lot of us in the NFT space, like, let's get real. We see like technical stuff get produced like all the time real fast. I mean, we saw Nifty Islands go from like nothing to something just like poo poo, and they're always updating with new things, right? So those are cool. But you've got this new publisher that you're coming out with, right? Which is a whole new builder. I'm really excited about that. And you're talking about, coming back to, hey, we noticed nobody's doing anything over here. We should probably get people to like do things. It's like we built this AR platform. We want people to show stuff off on it, so that's where the B2B side came in because you're like, hey, we really want people to actually use the AR side of our platform here. The mapping is great. I'm glad we focused on it, but what about showing stuff on it? So it's nice to hear that y'all are changing your focus, right? And you didn't just go get creative. You said we're gonna finish our builder first, our publisher. I see Lex has got his hand up. I know that he's into all this stuff too. So I'll shut up now. What's up, Lex? What's up, my guy?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Buonasera, Diego. Thank you for sharing your imagination and your energy. I'm the new robot on the block on this side of the platform, but I'm learning a lot.
Hello.
Hold on, Lex. I don't.
Sorry, I lost the line for a moment. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Not a problem. Let's get back on it. So, buonasera. And I just wanted to say I'm learning through you, through the telecommunications of Carmen, which, yeah, I can hear you.
Wait, Diego, can you hear Lex? Can you hear somebody speaking?
Now I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That's just how the Twitter X platform happens. Wait, Lex, can you say something? So let's see if Diego can hear you. Diego, can you hear Lex?
Tech mental interacting.
Yes. Now yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So before this thunderstorm starts here in Web3 Miami, I just want to say thank you for all the information you provided today from the highest level.
My connection is very. Let me move just a moment. Sorry.
You know what?
It's all good.
Wait, hold on. Tech mental. Diego, you there? You know what?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear this gentleman speaking now? Okay, Tech mental, go ahead.
Okay, I guess I am that gentleman. All right, no problem. Diego, hey, how's it going? Thank you for bringing your energy and all the communication you're bringing.
Oh,
wow.
Tech mental, I don't think he can hear you. You know what? Can you please kindly drop down, Tech mental, and come back up? And let's see if I can bring you back up as a speaker.
Sure. All right, peace.
Okay. And in the meanwhile, Diego, let's see if our Hexa can come up.
Hey, guys, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Me?
I cannot hear. I can hear you. But not
Can you hear me
Alexa.
now?
Oh, okay. Diego, do you have the opportunity to drop down and come back up? Okay, good. So he's dropping down and then he'll come back up. Because that's what happens. Like this is not anything new. At least we kind of like know when that happens, and we know to have the person drop down and we bring them back up. I just got to make sure they will be allowed to come back. There he is. All right, I see him. Okay, I'm bringing you back up, Diego. That should solve it. That should solve it. Let me see. Where did Diego go? There you go. I'm bringing you up. Let's just wait. There he is. There you go.
Am I back?
Yep,
Am I
you're back.
Yes. Okay, that's great. Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Okay, our Hexa, I know you were there, but like, let's go back to Tech Mental now that technology is working on our side. Tech Mental, are you there?
Collect call from Web3 Miami. Do you accept the charges?
Yes, I do. Proceed.
Okay. Wallet's connected. Hello, Diego. Buonasera.
Ciao, buonasera.
Hola de aquí de Web3 Miami. Identify as Tech Mental. I'm a creative among all the other creators here. And I appreciate your time just from the highest level of sharing not only what you've done in the past, but what you're bringing to the future to this platform and to our community. So I had a quick question, and I'm not sure if this was answered in between transmissions, but I'm interested in learning more about the utility of sharing frame snippets of maps on developer websites. I've been a content creator for over 25 years, web developer for close to 30, and it's very important for me to share what I do digitally on all layers, whether it's IPFS, whether it's on the metaverse, whether it's on-chain, Web 1 through Web 3. So having everything on a focal point is very important to me. So when I learned that, that brought me even closer to the platform. That's one question. Another quick question is just on where you see yourself and the community and the software that you're creating with your team. At any point from where you created this concept, and as you move forward, and now you're bringing on even more technology with the telepresence and the independent protos, do you ever see that the technology from over gets guided a little bit, almost like a tide from an ocean based on other technology that's coming out? For instance, let's say you have the XR and the XReal lenses, and Snap just did a representation yesterday with their lenses. As I can see that they have all these devices, but they need a platform. They need a real estate in order for this to combine. It's almost like you can't play baseball if you don't, if you only have the balls and you don't have the bat. You need the field as well, And I feel when it comes to reality, you're obviously leading by example. We're creating that type of field to play. So I wonder as well is that, with the devices and type of technology coming out, how do you, kind of curve and navigate the company to meet the expectations of those technologies? So that's what I just want to throw in there.
Oh, thanks for these great questions, actually. So starting from the snippets, this is something that excites me a lot, actually. So I mean, these digital twins to me are a very, very important piece of the platform, because the way I see it, these are really portals between the physical and the digital world in some way. And what I mean by that is that, I always talk about that, the fact that, virtual reality has a very big strength that is the non-locality, because basically you can meet in places that are virtual from all around the world. And this is something that augmented reality lacks. But of course, augmented reality has other strengths because it can bend the world where you live in without bringing you away from that. So these 3D maps, these Gaussian splats technically called, are actually something that blurs these boundaries, because if a location is mapped, you can both have some very precise AR experience in the location, but you can also visit the digital twin remotely. And not only that, if you have some AR experience, the AR experience will be inside this digital twin. So you can have a very compelling preview of the AR experience that you would have if you are in the location. So because we believe that this asset is so powerful, we decided that why to confine it inside of our platform. I mean, let people and creators bring this tool to visualize the real world with the AR stuff in it, even outside, even in other websites. So that's why we decided to enable these snippets. Of course, the limitation is that you need to own the map to do that. But I mean, that is not a problem, because if you map the location and you're not selling it with Map2Air and whatever, it's yours. You can do whatever you want. So why not enabling actually embedding that kind of viewer of the Gaussian splatting inside of other websites? And so that's the reason why we did it, and really believe that this is powerful. I'm very excited to see what people is gonna be able to do with it. And going to your second point, yeah, the smart glasses. I mean, I didn't talk about that because today I say already many things. But yes, I mean, this is super exciting, and really, I mean, I've been keep saying this for I don't know 4 years now that the moment was coming, but now it's really coming. I mean, because we are all waiting from the 25th to see what Meta will release. I hope it will be something really with the design of Ray-Ban and so on. Let's see. We just saw what Snap came out with. There are rumors that also Apple will follow, moving away from pass-through devices going through smart glasses. And there are other companies like Xreal that are coming out and they already have stuff on the market. So I really believe that this year we will see a huge acceleration in the adoption of these devices. And of course, one of the big challenges, and also the reason why we try to push very hard with the development right now, is that we will need to integrate these devices. We need to, our tools need to be to work with these devices. So there will be technical challenges to be able to support all of them, or most of them, or the most adopted. And so that is for sure something that is in our roadmap. The problem is that is undefined, because it not really depends on us. It really depends on what the producers of this hardware will do. But yeah, I mean, we are all in actually supporting this. And like, I give you an example. For example, for the Vision Pro, right now, we have limited capabilities over there because there was no access to the cameras that allow us to do the visual positioning system. But actually, the new OS, Vision OS 2 that was just released, actually enabled the access to the camera. So in the future, in the near future, let's see where we put it in development, we will be able actually to support the visual positioning system also inside the Vision Pro. And probably also Meta will follow in that direction. So really the big question is now what device to support first. But for sure, we want to be there because really this is the realization of the dream that we had at the beginning. I mean, we never really thought that augmented reality will become mainstream just with a smartphone. I mean, the real breakthrough, I mean, is something that you can wear for many hours and that you can see through. And so, yeah, I mean, we are super, super excited about what's happening, and really we are looking forward. I mean, what also Meta will say. And yeah, that's. I hope I answer your question.
Oh, absolutely, and then some. So I'm definitely looking forward to utilizing all this technology, and anticipating what's coming ahead. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Wow, this is like insane. I love this space. So much alpha being dropped, and I know the community is like really excited and happy of what's to come. It is almost an hour and a half. Diego, are you still okay for time? Or you know what? It's probably like 7:30 there.
Yeah, I can have still 5 minutes, and then I really think I need to go. Otherwise, I'm gonna be killed.
Oh my God, that's right. Exactly.
Yeah,
No, we don't.
Yeah, 5 minutes. By the family, of course.
No, I understand
yeah,
that. No, I understand that.
Please.
I know that. Okay, so wait, Hexadize. I know that our Hexa wanted to speak, and maybe he couldn't because he had to go to a meeting. But he did have a question, and I forgot what the question was. It's written here in the comments. Let me check. Our Hexa. It says our Hexa says, Diego, are you looking to implement something like Third Web to reduce friction for onboarding non-Web3 users?
I don't exactly know Third Web. I can definitely check it out. But yes, I mean, all the things that we can do to actually onboard, let's call it normies, so people that is not in crypto, it's something that we really believe on. I mean, this collaboration with Bitrefill is going in this direction. We've been fighting a lot to also try to implement like a payment system for NFTs, for example, that goes directly with credit cards. We still not succeeded over there, but soon I hope we will do that. That doesn't depend on us, depend on the on-ramps, fiat on-ramps. But yes, I mean, anyone that can really streamline the process, we are happy to collaborate with them because yes, I mean, again, it's not about just being in Web3. I really believe that the main idea to really have success here is to take what's good in both sides. So what's good in crypto in terms of incentivization and community and the way we can really build things. But also on board, I mean, the larger community of people that is still not in crypto. So yes, super happy to have a look into it and see if there is any advantage that can bring us.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, our Hexa. I know he wanted to come up, but I know he's also in meetings or IRL is taking him away. You guys, I kind of like don't want this to end, and this is like fantastic that Diego was able to join us. My goodness, I do have a question, Diego, and I don't know if it's something I could ask publicly, but I'm going to go on and ask it anyway. I know that so Over is on Ethereum, but all the NFT overmaps and overlands are now being minted on Polygon. Is there an opportunity for Over the Reality to use another blockchain that's quicker, faster, that gives what's it called, rewards it back to the developers, etc.? Like, could Over end up using another blockchain in their next iteration of the technologies that are integrating?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're always open to actually consider other opportunities in terms of blockchain and so on. And I mean, that's also with what happened when we moved to Polygon. Of course, right now, the big theme, the big thing we're talking, usually people is talking about, once was Cardano. Nobody talks anymore about Cardano. But, you know, it's Solana, of course. I mean, the big elephant in the room is Solana. Yeah, so for the moment, we don't have the plan to do that because, of course, I mean, all of the smart contracts and everything is built on Solidity, AVM, and so on. So it would be kind of a big lift to move on to actually change chain right now. So we don't have an immediate plan to do that. But I mean, having said that, we are always open to consider it. I mean, if at the end of the day it comes out that, I mean, the EVM ecosystem sunsets, doesn't work anymore, and everything is going to start working on Solana or other chains, for sure we will move. At the moment, I mean, since we have so much going on, and also since it's always so delicate to touch smart contracts and tokens and this kind of stuff, we don't have it really in the plan. But yeah, I mean, if it becomes really, really apparent that doesn't make sense anymore to stay where we are in terms of blockchain infrastructure, we can definitely move. Like, for example, as you know, as you mentioned, I mean, we move the whole infrastructure in terms of renting smart contracts and NFTs and so on Polygon. And that was a very good idea 2 years ago. Probably if I would do it again right now, I would have done it on Base. But who could know that I mean, Base would become so prominent and basically Polygon kind of lose a little bit of strength over there. But actually, I have to say that this is all cyclical, and probably things will change very fast. And actually, I also have to say that, for example, Polygon supported us because we had an important grant from them. So, yeah, I have to say that for the moment, the platform where we are in served us well and actually have been supporting us. But of course, our loyalty is mostly to have a performing product. So if some better solutions will clearly come out from the market, we have no block to actually change.
Okay, no, that's a great answer. And of course, I totally understand everything you said, and I'm sure the community also agrees. I just wanted to drop a bug in your ear called Mainnet Z. I'll send you the link. I know. I'm just saying, because really, ultimately, I just personally, it's all about over the reality and their success. That's all. So if there are other players or partners or platforms that can help move over the reality to a better position, and not only just over, but for the community and the devs as well, then of course I'm gonna talk about it and explore it. I know it's probably 5 minutes already. Please don't get killed yet. I'm sending out the guards. Swavery, I see you, but I also want to just CNET's Moon. Thank you for joining. CNET's Moon is part of the Zenu Mainnets community. Come on up and say what you have to say. But CNET's Moon, Diego's gonna need to go soon, so try to make it short.
I'm gonna make this very brief. The only reason why I thank you, Digi, for even allowing me to come up in this space. I know this is AI. I've been learning so much. It's a privilege to meet Diego. Heard so much about you, bro. The only reason why I came up, man, because I noticed that Digi brought up the conversation about a viable option. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to tell you, man, whenever you have time to look at Mainnet Z, it's a new layer 1 blockchain that came out December 21st, 2023. It's EVM compatible. It moves faster. It's cheaper. It's conducive, man, to express your genius and creativity. It's ideal for AI. You know what I mean? It's scalable. It was designed, man, by developers for developers. It's the first blockchain in Web3 that I know of that gives you 40% kickback on your smart contract, that's generated for how you work, what you bring to the blockchain. We want all developers to know how valuable they are. So we're trying to give back, man. It's something worth investigating. I know that there's people in your community that are closely in line with us as far as Digital Fam, Elias, Alexa, and others who I've learned so much from about the AI space. So I just wanted to put that in your ear that whenever you have time, man, to put an eye on us, man, and to look at what we have available, I think it's a viable option. And that's all I wanted to say. Digi, thank you for allowing me to come up. I know this is not a shield space, but I just wanted to seize that opportunity, man, to express that, man. And I'm very intrigued, and I appreciate what y'all are doing as far as the AI. I'm not very, very knowledgeable in this space, but I'm learning because of people like Digi, Alexa, Elias. You understand what I'm saying? I'm learning a lot about the AI space, man. So I think it's a win-win. I appreciate you, Digi.
Oh, thank you so much, CNET's Moon.
Thanks. We'll definitely check it out. Thanks. And I love this innovation in the crypto economic space. So I will definitely check it out.
Yeah,
thanks for that.
But I kind of want them to roll out the visual editor and the telepresence first. Not gonna lie, I'm just kidding. But no, CNET's Moon, Arnold. Shout out to Arnold Webb, who's also one of the OGs of Mainnet Z and Zeno. There's so much going on. But Diego, thank you so much for your time. Swavery, do you have a quick question, or do you want something to say? I see your hand still up.
Yes. Well, thank you for hosting this space. Very successful space, I think. Just one question for Diego. I know your time is limited here. Partnerships are obviously the backbone of any successful enterprise, and you've got a lot of deliverables for this year. Can you give us any hints on some of the most exciting partnerships that you have so far that are upcoming?
Well, actually, right now, the biggest partnership that the biggest partnership of this year, I think, was already pushed out. So
Polygon
is the one with Bitrefill and also with the Sweat community. Actually, we will have some other rounds with the Sweat community, so that would be stronger even. And we are very pumped about that because it brings us a huge amount of traction. You know that they have a huge amount of people working there. And actually, we have another one, but this time I cannot really anticipate it because otherwise Michele is going to kill me. So I already spoiled all of the developments. So we still have one big one this year, but this is for Michele for now. So sorry for not telling you. But yeah, so what I can say you, because it's already out there, that we will have another big round with Sweat. But the other one I cannot reveal yet. So, but I think in 1 month the marketing team will actually tell the community.
Oh, nice try, Swavery.
Had to try.
You had to try. Exactly. That's what it's all about. You had to try. Okay, I know Tech Mental's laughing. You guys, thank you so much for joining. You could have spent your time.
Guys.
Yeah, you could have spent your
time.
time.
Everybody for staying here so long. It was amazing space for me. It was very exciting. So thanks really for being here and giving the opportunity to tell what we're building.
Yeah, thank you so much, Diego. Can you hear me?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
yes,
good. Okay, good. All right, everyone. So we do our over weekly spaces. Not often that Diego comes on, but when he does, oh my God, he drops a lot of alpha. So everyone, please have a great Thursday. And thank you, CNET Moon, for coming up and sharing. Hexadize, it's always great to see you. Tech Mental, I love that you got to connect with Diego. Swavery, as always, love seeing you here. Creative Owls, I know I have not revisited OBS. I'm using Talk Studio Streamlabs still. It's crazy. Beam, thank you for joining. I see you. I knew you were at the Web3, the Winter Web3 space yesterday for Hexadized. I see you here. Conrad 19, Stilo. Diego, you're still here. Oh no, he's gone. But Stilo, thank you for joining. Altered Alley, Meganets. Honeycomb, Alex, so glad you're still here. Virtual X, nice to see you. Love your new PFP mints. I know, right? This telepresence thing is great, and maybe we can all literally have virtual coffee and see each other in a coffee shop somewhere. That is amazing. Our Hexa, I hope you got to hear Diego answer your question. It is recorded. Brover and Strawberry, thank you for joining. Open Metaverse, I know that you wanted to speak, but then something happened, then you came again and something happened, but that's fine. If you can always ask questions in DMs and stuff like that. Stitch Films, thank you. Tommy, what the heck, Tommy? Codner, thanks for joining. Frame, fantastic. And of course, Queeratory. Thank you so much, everyone. This is really, really great. I kind of feel like we need another space just to talk about this and process it. And I was trying.
AMA after party?
Yes! Can we have an AMA after party? Like, totally. I feel like that.
I already did it.
Pardon me, Hex?
So it's already posted. It's already out there. Like, here, in fact, watch this. Look, it's already there. What did Diego say in the over space? It's right there. It's right there. I already did it. Let's do it.
Wait, did you post it in the? Did you post it in the thing? It takes a while. There it is. Here it is.
Yeah.
What? Set up a reminder. What? Set up a reminder. Okay. Got it. All right, let's go. Because I got work to do. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining. And yeah, and oh, shout out to Elias. I didn't recognize him. I mean, I did, but he changed his PFP. That's crazy, you guys. And One Existence, I see you. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining and have a great Thursday. And if I don't see you, have a great weekend. And let's go to that AMA after party. Okay, bye. Bye-bye. Kiki.